Hello students, welcome to Dhaka Secondary School, North Karachi campus, and today you are watching class 8 English language class, and these slides are prepared by Sir Farhan, the language teacher of Dhaka Secondary School. So students, our today's learning topic is first week of January, and our learning agenda is learning direct speech, indirect speech, minor changes occurred in direct indirect speech, and major changes occurred in that direct and indirect speech. Okay, so in simple and short I can say that this is what we are learning today, narration. Okay, so first of all I start from direct speech. So students, what is direct speech? So here comes the definition of direct speech. So direct speech is a sentence which the exact words are spoken, and these are always in the inverted commas. And for example, so she says, I write a letter to him on this table. So here students, you see two parts. That part which is out of inverted commas is called reporting speech, and that part which is inside inverted commas, that is called reported speech. So in reported speech there is always comes those words which are told by the speaker, and these are called the original words. And in direct speech we always use those speech which are used in originally. Okay, so here comes the second example. He said to me, I am teaching your brother now. So he said to me is what? Reporting speech. And what is reporting speech? Those words which is outside inverted commas is reporting speech, and original words are always come in inverted commas, and that is called reported speech. So these are very important points, reporting speech and reported speech. So now I move towards indirect speech. So what is indirect speech? So here comes the definition. In indirect speech we use the same words which the speakers said that time, but we use just different word in order to convey the message in different time or in different way. For example, she says that she writes a letter to him on that table. So this is the indirect speech of that direct speech which we learned earlier. And here comes the next. He told me that he was teaching my brother then. So this is also what those words which were spoken previously, but these are now conveyed in a different way. So it means that we gave same message but in different words. So here comes, students, the conclusion of direct and indirect speech. So what changes we do here? So students, she says to me, I write a letter to him on this table. So in direct speech we have two parts, and when we try to change this direct speech into indirect speech, that is also called narration. So in order to change we have two changes. In reporting speech we have minor changes, and in reported speech we have major changes. So you can see here she tells that, so that is what minor changes. And when I change, I write a letter to him on this table, so it becomes she writes a letter to him on that table. Okay students, so here comes the second example. He said to me is reporting speech, and that is what minor changes here comes. And he told me that, so it converts into that. And I am teaching your brother now, so that is also what reported speech, that is inside inverted commas. And when we change this direct speech into indirect, so we change in such a way that he was teaching my brother then. So in order to convey direct speech into indirect speech we do some changes, and that is called minor and major changes. So students, now I move towards our first minor changes. What are minor changes? So those changes which occurred outside inverted commas, that is called minor changes. And in outside we have some verbs, that is called reporting verbs. And if we see says to, say to, or said to in minor in reporting speech we convert into says to into tells, say to into tell, and said to into told. But bear in mind that in reporting speech we must have two sentences, affirmative sentence and negative sentence. If we do not have affirmative sentence or negative sentence in reported speech, so we do not change these words. Okay students, so now look at the next part. So for example, she says to me he is a teacher, direct speech. She tells me that he is teacher. So students, you see says to convert into tells, because he is teacher is what is affirmative sentence. If it is not affirmative sentence, so it is not changed like this. And furthermore, second minor, this is our first minor change, and second minor change is what? When we have in reported speech inverted commas, so we remove those inverted commas and put that word in place of that. For example, she says she is intelligent. So in order to convey this direct speech into indirect, we convert he says that, okay, she is intelligent. So in place of inverted commas I have put that, and that is the second minor change. But bear in mind that when we have reported speech sentence, assertive sentence, exclamatory sentence, optative sentence, if we have these three sentences in reported speech, then we change inverted commas into that. Okay students, this is our minor changes. So minor changes always occur outside inverted commas. Now I move towards our major changes. So what are major changes? Those changes which occurred inside the inverted commas, that are called major changes. And there are three types of major changes: personal pronoun changes, second is tenses changes, and third is some words changes. I can say that some adverbs changes. Okay, so now I move towards our first major changes. For example students, this is our first personal pronoun change. So we have three types of person. First person is called speaker, second person is called listener, and third person to whom we talk about, like non-active. So first of all, you have to learn the personal pronoun chart. So in personal pronoun chart we have some pronoun, some cases, subjective case, objective case, possessive case, reflexive case. So in first person we have I and we. So what is first person? When we talk to someone, when we speak someone, that person is called, who is the speaker, is first person. And these are the cases. When that person is working, that is subjective case. When the work is done on that person, that is objective case. When the possessive case is what? When the person has some possession, that possession, for that possession we use possessive case. And reflexive case is also that case in which the person is doing the work himself, there he use reflexive case for himself. Then comes the second person, the person who listens the words, that person is called listener. So in second person we also have subjective case, objective case, possessive case, reflexive case. And here comes the third person, who is also called non-active, or who is listening, or who is not there but he is the part of the sentence. So he for male and she for female, they is used for plural things, and it is used for plant, animal, or non-living thing. Okay students, so now I tell you about the personal pronoun changes, major changes. If we have first person in reported speech students, so first person is changed according to the subject of the reporting speech. First of all, now listen. Example, she says to me I am doing my work. This is direct speech. She says to me is is reporting speech, and I am doing my work, it is reported speech. And if we have first person in reported speech, so that first person is changed according to the subject of the reporting speech. So in this sentence, she is what? The subject. And now look at this, my is first person, and if first person is given in reported speech, so first person is changed according to the subject, and subject is she. And there is also I is also first person, and I is also changed according to the to the subject of the reporting speech. So now look at this sentence, she tells him that. So these are minor changes. In place of I have put she, because she is subject and I is first person, and first person is changed according to the subject, and that's why I have put here she is doing My, in place of my, I have put her just because of my is first person and first person is changed according to the subject of the person. Okay students, now look at the second example. Second person is what? When the person is listener, that is what? Second person, and second person is changed according to the object. Okay, for example, she says to him, you are my cousin. So you are my cousin is reported speech, and if we have reported speech second person, so second person is changed according to the object of that person. Okay, for example, she tells him that he is her cousin. So now student, you can see my is first person, first person is changed according to the subject and subject is she, and you is second person and second person is changed according to the object. So in place of you I have put he, because we do not change the case but we just change the person. Okay, so in place of you is second person is changed according to the object is him, and him is objective case but you is subjective case, that's why I have put he. So him of subjective case is he is her. Why I have put her here? Because my is first person and first person is changed according to the subject of the reporting speech, that's why I have put her. Okay, her cousin. Okay, and if we have third person in reported speech, so third person has no change occurring in that sentence. For example, I say to her, he is her cousin, so he is third person and her is also third person, and if we have third person in reported speech, so we do not change these personal pronouns. So okay students, this is what our first person personal pronoun changes. If we are given first person in reported speech, we change according to subject, second person according to the object, and third person no change. Here comes our second change, tenses changes. If we are given second form in minor in reported speech, for example, not for example, direct speech, so we change that tense of the reported speech according to the given tense. For example, if in direct speech we have given present tense, so in order to change into indirect speech, we change that present simple into past simple, and if we are given past simple, that change into past perfect, past continuous into past perfect continuous, past perfect no change, past perfect continuous no change, will change into would, shall change into should, may, might, and can, could. Okay, but most important is that there must be second form in the reporting speech. In minor changes, we must have reporting speech first form, past form in the reporting speech, like said. If there is no said word, we do not change this. So now students, look at this. I pray 5 times a day, it is present simple tense, and if we have given said into past form, then we change said into told. He told me that. This is our minor changes, and I is first person, I change according to the first person he, and pray is present simple form, and if we have second form in minor in reporting speech, we change into according to the given chart, and present simple change into past simple. So he prayed 5 times a day. For next second example, she said to him, you are playing with me. So you are playing with me is present continuous, and if present continuous is given in reported speech and second form is given in reporting speech, so it must be changed, and this is what change. She told him that he was playing with her. Third example is what? They said to us, we have done our work. So it is also what? Direct speech, and present perfect is given in this reported speech, and if present perfect is given in the reported speech and with second form in the reporting speech, so it must be changed, and it change according to the condition, according to the chart which I have placed here. They told us that they had done their work. Why? Because present perfect change into past perfect. Okay students, so now I move towards our third changes, and that third change occurred when second form is given. Okay, it is the same rule. If second form is given in the reporting speech, so some words are also changed. What words are changed? Here change into there, now, then, ago, before, this, that, these, those, today, that day, yesterday the previous day, tomorrow the next day, the so last day the previous day. For example students, example number 1, Alina said to Faisal, I am here now. So in this example Alina told Faisal that she was there then. So students, now you see here change into there and now into then. Why? Because if second form is given in the reporting speech, so some words are changed, so here change into no there and now into then. For second example, we said to them you lost yesterday's match, so direct speech, and when we change into indirect speech we told them that they had. It is past simple, and past simple is given in reported speech, it is changed into present past perfect. They had lost the previous day's match. So third example, he said to her you were doing this 5 years ago. So he told her that she had been doing that 5 years ago. So ago is changed into before, yesterday changed into previous day, and here change into there, now change into do. This is what our students third form changes. I hope you got the idea about it. Now do practice at home so that you can learn a lot. Thank you so much.